for this one, and then we went in. I might be missing some bits in the middle. We went in, and there was some food things, and no one really knows what to do. They're just following Lycoris for etiquette. Lycoris's mum and Papa, was it Papa as well?
Yeah.
Papa is there. She looks like both of them.
Let's hope no one makes that note.
And yeah, we're about to be announced, and it's very scary and very anxious feeling. And Bagsy not first.
Yes, because that's definitely how that works.
I
Yeah,
love
she
that for Vlad. Oh my
she
god.
she gets on the stage, everyone's looking, and she's just like, Bagsy, not me!
We're all walking out, just like shoving each other like forwards, like no, you,
No, you.
God, too much. Really much.
I do like that idea. We tumble out like a load of idiots, and everyone's like, "These are the heroes? Are you for
Yeah.
real?
Absolutely.
These idiots!"
Anti-heroes, more like. Did I cover everything? I don't know if I forgot anything. Probably.
Oh, the trapper has a dick.
Oh, yeah.
Almost certainly.
God. I forgot about that bit. How did I forget? The most
Almost
important part of the
definitely.
entire session.
Sorry, I told everyone at work.
Gotta keep the girls informed.
I went in, I
Not
was like,
mechanical.
I
You have
was like,
more
I was
than
telling you about like Rachel's whole mechanical dick debacle, right? The mechanical penis. She's like, yes, you did. I'm like, okay, well.
It turns out it's real.
He's natural.
Good news, like Chorus. Or maybe not. You know, she don't know
Unknown.
which way she was going with it.
He's
don't think
probably clever enough to make his own.
Mm.
He can sell them. He can sell. Anessa, you can open your own shop. The trapper can work behind the door and just make a load of weird mechanical penises, and you can just make so much money back.
That sounds so good. Let's do that.
Anessa is the proprietor of Love Honey. Confirmed.
Mm.
She could be.
The proprietor of Silk Honey.
Whoa.
Oh, I was thinking Love Honey because she told the trapper to call it Love Money, and he
Yeah.
misheard and called it Love Honey.
Love money.
Because she does love money.
She do, she do.
Okay. If you have it, give it, etc. Otherwise,
Let me check.
when it was left off, you were all told psychically by Lupula to please step through the door. It's time. The door is big enough for you all to step through in unison, or for you to go out one at a time. It is your choice of which you do.
Who was going out the door first? Was it me?
You.
Yeah.
Oh.
We were all pushed you forward.
I feel like I will awkwardly step out and then immediately look back to make sure everyone else is coming.
Yeah, I promised I would be right behind you. And I am.
Scary out there.
Okay. So as you all first, Lycora steps forward, looks back, stepping very lightly behind as a Satari. Who then else comes after that?
I feel like Chorus and Satari.
Mm.
I will go with Vlad.
Vlad's not.
I thought Vlad's
No.
not
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
Vlad's not
well,
there.
Vlad
Remember,
was
he's
looking
not.
at the
Vlad-
food.
Vlad's being babysat by the trapper.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought he was looking at food before.
Yeah, they're staying in the room. They're not coming out with us.
Oh, okay. I will come out then and cry.
Steps on stage, bursts.
I'm
into
just
tears.
physically holding on to the back of Esatari's like top or something, just going like, oh no, hiding behind it.
Okay. So, followed after that, Bruin. Or Cliff, I suppose we should
Beef.
be coyly saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As you, one by one, have finally all stepped out, and then you all look forward. The scene, you've technically already seen it. In front of you is the council stood, standing tall. They are in a line, so you'll have Emperor in front and then everyone to his left and all right from there on. There's no formation they've taken in terms of status, like the Emperor is pretty much dead middle, but other than that everyone else is kind of just in as and when they want. Lupula to his left, his hands down at his side. As you all step through the portal, the winds shift and then dissipate as you all step through. And as you look out and around, you see around the corners of your eyes those tiny sphere-like things that are acting as essentially cameras, taking images of the area around you. Lupula makes a small nod to you all, a soft smile on his face. He then makes a tiny little motion with his hand. A little flicker of spark of purple illuminates off his fingertips for a second. The Emperor then turns, looks toward you all. In the spirit of what today will represent, I humbly thank you for coming to us. And you see as he starts to bow, places his arm around his chest as he drops, not so low that he throws himself beneath your gaze, but enough that he can still see you and still show faith and honour to you. And then he stands up. These four magnificent individuals had graced us with protection and the removal of a plague to our peoples and our continent for possibly longer than even I could fathom, all in the span of a handful of nights. In front of us lie powerful individuals that, up until our own coercion, had remained nameless. They preferred the joys that came with doing duty for the people. They had served us without us even knowing that we were being served such a boon. And that is why today they are here to have their faces recognized by you, the people they protect and have protected. Alongside that, I am openly denoting my faith in them and my thanks to them. As you can see, at the very least, two of them are of our own cloth. They are of our own people. They, looking at Licorice and Anessa. Anessa more so in the fact of what you are, more so than you living here, but they are children of our blood. Whether or not that be from different worlds or from different times, undoubtedly they are of equal soul. And so, I return to my original point. They are heroes, and they will not only be adorned with the appropriate measures, but I am extending unto them the honours of being our representatives in this year's tournament in Janasta. But today I am not Emperor. I am simply another man. The honours lie on yours, on your chest. Each of you I and the people would like to know more of you. In whichever way you see fit, please declare unto us who you are. Everybody roll me initiative.
No.
God,
I was
I hope I roll low.
I
I was
really
gonna
hope
say,
that
are we
it was
gonna
that
roll?
order.
Okay, I got a 14, but I didn't click my character, so Lee can
I was
see
gonna
it.
say, I
It
can't.
should be in chat still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still in chat, but I don't think we. Oh yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah.
rollies.
Oh my god.
Oh, triple rollies!
Wait, we all start garbling at the same time.
You all step forward, it's like,
Okay.
Wait, is
are we-
low first or is high first?
I'm assuming
highest first.
low. Oh, thank God.
Oh.
Okay. Are we rolling again?
Hmm. Unless you
Does
guys
this-
all do want to step forward and muddle it up.
No, I'm the same as Megan!
Well, like,
Oh wait, I
Use,
put the wrong
use
thing.
my
Sorry.
inspiration to roll again.
Hey, I'm
With
like,
advantage.
Can if you want.
Yep, I'm doing it.
Do I have to? Do me and Megan have to roll
well,
again?
I don't
now?
know because I was going first before you
Yes.
anyway, but I don't know if that's now.
Okay, now he's
Oh my
joined us. We're
God.
back in the same position again.
what?
It's
How
three
have we
rollies
rolled?
again.
3 of the same. Oh my god.
So the only definitive right now is that Anessa's going last at the moment.
Hey,
Unless
there's-
someone else rolls a 2.
Oh,
Yes!
Okay.
nicely done, Lycoris.
The new tier is like Chorus, Asatari, Bruin, and Nessa.
Oh. Thank fuck.
No.
That was such a weird turn of
How did
events.
I get progressively better when I normally it's like I get progressively worse.
Oh,
This
God.
time when I don't want it to get better, the game was like, I got you.
The system's
I can't
against
believe
you.
it was
I-
14, 18, 14, 14, no, 14, 14, 18, 14, 18, 18. Ridiculous.
I did think that, I was ready to accept that I was going first because I thought you guys were just re-rolling amongst yourselves for order, but I'm fine with this.
Like the idea that like we all step forward and then we all step back and then
Yeah.
Satari step forward and then me and
Also
Cliff
step
step forward and then you two step back and I'm just like
You start doing a dance routine instead of actually saying anything.
This is why you should have a rehearsal.
We should have rehearsed.
we really should have.
I'm standing smugly in the back now. Like, yeah.
So,
And in the meantime, I'm going to get a cookie.
oh,
Fucking hell.
She's literally celebrating.
Yeah, actually, oh.
Lycoris. Firstly, since the presumption anyway is that everyone in general is like on that same ball of nerves, you being, far as I'm aware anyway, the one that has the least, well, not the least per se, but the least awkward, socially speaking, ability to handle this. Like, it's still a bit nervous, and family stuff and whatnot, but people are gonna see you, and they're not gonna think, "Oh shit." Oh no, sorry. They're not gonna think, "Wow, scrub" or anything. They're gonna think, "Oh shit, she could kill me." So worst case, you look like an anti-hero.
Also.
Sorry if you heard Kieran, he was pointing at something on Pinterest and saying he would. Anyway,
I thought I heard that.
it was a succubus.
Ooh.
Anyway, okay. So I'm
Succubus.
just stood there menacingly.
Mhm.
Uh,
Firstly, make an intimidation check.
oh, I do that with my dexterity because of one of my abilities, so I roll a dexterity check instead.
Mm-hmm.
17.
Very nice.
Okay. I'll wait a second, and then when I notice none of the others are speaking, I'll just kind of clear my throat. Fucking hell, I should have thought of something.
You had a week. Technically,
I did
two.
have a week, but
Technically
in
two.
my... I'm being in character. Like Chorus has a flat 0 on charisma. Yeah, I'll clear my throat and I'll say, my name is Lycoris, formerly Lycoris Stone, now Lycoris Devane. I was raised in Lowtown as a baby, not knowing where I came from, and recently reconnected with my birth family, and I'll sort of bow ever so slightly towards my mother.
She gives a light curtsy.
I'm shuffling from foot to foot because I'm like, oh, I don't know what I meant to say. I will continue to do what I have always done, and that is work for the people I care about, the people that raised me in Lowtown, and my new family in Hightown. And for the memory of the people we lost along the way, such as Brewin, one of our close friends who died in the battle. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll do a little bow, and then I step backwards. There you go.
As you mention the Your Majesty part, he does. Again, like full dead eye contact as you're speaking. He absorbs every word, but as you say, Your Majesty, uncharacteristically, does kind of does a very small laugh to himself.
Oh no, he's laughing at me. What did I do wrong? I thought I did okay. That must have been awful.
He's make an insight check.
Oh, not good at those. Oh no, I'm decent at those. Nice.
Oh
Yay!
Jesus! He's laughing at himself because at the moment he's declared himself just another man, and you called him Emperor directly.
Oh.
So he's kind of like, I mean, at least she's courteous.
Oh shit, I went against the word of the Emperor.
No, you didn't. You went against the word of a man.
Some random dude. Cosplaying. Cool. I'll do a little bow and step back. As far back as I can get without falling off the stage.
Does a lunge backwards.
Just dives.
She kills herself. That's just it.
Nah, I do a thick backflip because, you know, I'm not doing that because knowing me, I
Goes,
roll a 1 and
"Peace."
land on my ass.
Like,
Do,
yeah.
do it.
Yeah,
do it
peace jumps straight back through the portal.
roll an acrobatics check just for the meme. No actual repercussions, just for the meme.
19.
Ah, see. It would show that, wouldn't it?
19, nice.
Um,
I successfully dart between the people.
Asatari?
She'll step forwards and can I cast guidance on myself?
Yes. Bing. You place your hand delicately on your chest and you feel this sensation rush over you. You're a little bit more prepared.
Lycoris was going for likable.
Trying.
Well, I am not from Ghastodn, but I've spent some time here now, and my name is Esatari. I have some skill in martial and magical combat, as well as some healing abilities. I said I'm not from this land, but the time I've spent here has certainly changed my life. I have met the companions you see around me, and many others who I will never forget. um, As Lycoris said, we lost our dear companion, Brewin, during the battle here, and I know many others have lost people as well. So, although we are here to say that we have fought for you, I know it is never quite enough. Particularly when I first arrived here, it was in Alden, which the people have treated us so hospitable, so kind to us, and have lost everything. I hope to see that one day the destruction that was wrought here can be mended, and I hope to help out in whatever way I can. And it is a great honor to be representing all you people in the tournament. Thank you. Then she'll just give a little bow to the crowd and a little bow to the Emperor.
Make a your choice of a charisma skill, but do it with advantage.
Doot, doot, doot. Going down the list. Intimidation.
You're saying it with kind bubbliness, and they're all just like, "Oh my god, what's wrong with her?"
I guess performance?
Hmm.
Or just straight charisma? I don't know. Doesn't really make a difference.
Performance or persuasion, your choice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was gonna put the D4 from my guidance, but might not be necessary.
Overkill. Then.
Okay. Just do a thing done by me. Okay. Speaking of following that up, Con Naru.
Or Cliff.
Right. That
As
should be
a-
interesting.
A side note, after you've done your speech, Asatari, you guys are just about far enough, and there's enough like barricade, so to speak, between you and the actual people, that they're still in sight, but not too great in earshot unless enough of them start speaking. But you could just about hear even from here and see in some of the crowds on both sides. There's not like any like joking like, oh, there's banners saying Esatari or anything like that, but people are like talking. Like there's a lot of like, happy faces out in the crowds that you can see. They're very curious about you. And there's a yeah, that heart eyes just like yes. Yeah, there's quite a few of happy observers. Anessa. Not Anessa,
Anessa?
sorry.
Not me. No.
Cliff.
I was going to say, I don't mind. It
I
can
don't-
be
Have a
an
heart
if you want.
Don't make me next.
Right, so my turn, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. God's sake. Okay. I shall walk forward. Hello. My name's Cliff. I am the latest addition to the group. Though originally not from here, I was raised in Genesta, but after spending a short while with these people, which also felt like a long passage of time at the same time, I became rather fond and decided to ask if I could stay with them just that bit longer. I was first inducted when the city was under attack, and I was helping where I could. And do what I could due to only recently arriving into the city. I remember pure chaos everywhere, and people in pure misery, buildings destroyed. The scene was a mess. Then they arrived. The group that emerged were those who were around me. I looked to my left and to my right. And just like that, they went around taking one step at a time, doing what they could to calm everyone down, fixing things, learning, asking questions, and figuring out what to do all at the same time. Amongst this ragtag group was a man who I felt to me stood out. A certain man named Brewin. And as stated by the other two, he died, and we dearly miss the man because he was gifted in similar school of magic to which I was. He healed those in need, also helped where he could, and with that I sensed quite the kinship with the man. Primarily because, well, magic caster like myself, same school of magic. But the one thing that I came to learn, which became the biggest inspiration, as I say, the biggest inspiration, I spread my wings out and I say, like me, he was an ASMR. I could see in his eyes that he's been through being hunted for what he was, tortured.
Just
And
a
yet-
side note, when you reveal the rings, again, you can see the crowds, you can't hear them too well, but there is the series of like, oh, the wings, there's a lot of that.
Anyway, he was hunted for what he was, tortured, and yet he stood, seemingly undeterred, ready to help and put everything behind him, just to put those who were suffering the most at the time first. And it was something I felt I could never do. I couldn't hold a candle to the man, but the more I spent with him, the more he started rubbing off on me in the right way. To become someone like him was my new goal in life to strive for, and to become the new banner of inspiration of those who were oppressed, in hiding, cursing everything, and feeling like there was no light in sight. But to that, I do say one thing. Yesterday you were the defeated, but what will you become tomorrow? And I take a bow and I take a step back.
Very nice. Make your choice of a charisma. I would say probably performance or persuasion, really, and with advantage, because what the fuck, wings? What the fuck?
Persuasion
Man, I
or
wish I had
performance?
something cool to use.
I just like the idea
What-
that he does
Bit
it
someone.
for him in that moment. It was kind of like he's talking. I'm an ASMR, like nonchalant, poof, and then continues talking. Wings are still there. People are just looking like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And he's saying more? What?
Yeah, at that point it's just noise. Everyone's just hearing like white noise. His mouth is still moving, but they're just like staring at the glowy winds, like. Oh. How many people have fainted since those two went up?
There's a couple of bodies.
I fucking knew it.
I mean, let's be honest. Between someone who has innate charms, like Esatari does, and then the not quite so innate but physically imposing and right there other charms of Cliff. Like, it's a hard like gap.
It's alright, Nessa. We're just potatoes.
We are. We're just sandwiching the Riz.
You've got some cool extra legs. You could at least like do cool stuff with.
I mean,
Really lean on the missing leg thing. I also know personal loss. Looks down at missing leg. And they're like, oh my god,
she has
Wow.
truly suffered.
she suffered for us.
No, I cut it off Stupidly.
Look at these fancy people with their fucking +20 persuasions. I feel like it's an idol group. We're stood next to two idols.
You're with
Yeah.
a K-pop princess and prince,
Yeah.
Exactly.
and you're like the member of Baby Metal that never fully stayed.
Nah, I'm the dude on the guitar.
Yes.
I'm
You're
just there.
you're
Yeah.
the HR reps.
Fucking thanks.
Yeah, like Oris is just stood there trying to figure out at what point does a harem become a cult.
It's already there. It's already there.
20 minutes apparently.
It's gonna be a religion soon, and it's
Yep.
gonna be two bloody golden-haired. Oh, no, to be fair, Cliff's not golden-haired, is he? He's got black hair, right?
Yep. Yep.
And like dark skin.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely gonna be a cult about a golden-haired goddess and a dark-haired brooding god.
Ebony god.
All I'll say to you all, by the way, you don't know the repercussions, the changes that can occur from Cliff quite literally revealing the whole ASMR thing in front of a bunch of normal people.
Mm-hmm.
People know they exist. Oh, what the fuck did you just throw at me?
I didn't throw anything.
No, not you, Jake. What was that? Why would you throw shit like that around? Well, I'm in the middle of D&D! What do you want? 1 second.
Oh my god, it's just being drawn out until I have to go.
You know what? It's giving you time to think. It's giving you time to figure out what you're gonna say.
Yeah, 'cause
Yep.
last
Use
is
all
almost
those
as bad
extra
as
minutes.
first.
I know.
Use
No,
all those
first-
extra seconds.
First is definitely the worst because
I
at least
get-
in
I
the
get-
last you can steal ideas of the
Yeah,
people that came
I
before
said
you.
almost as bad. It's not as bad.
On the
No,
plus
it's
side,
definitely not as bad.
I'm quite sure no one in the crowd remembers I exist anymore. So no one remembers how bad my speech was.
Which is so funny because you're the most imposing one as well.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just the fucking, like in High School Host Club. I'm Maury. I'm just the tall one that doesn't talk and just
Yeah.
looks
Oh, I love
vaguely
Maury.
threatening in the background.
But you've got your own little fan club. They're just a bit more reserved than the ones for Etatari and Brewin, Cliff Sots.
Not gonna lie, I am glad that I went third because I did a panic right up draft. And yeah, I kind of went off it slightly, and at first I read it line for line, and then I kind of ad-libbed some bits, and then
Yes, I liked the last line.
Yeah.
It's very good. Hit.
I went
I wrote some like
literal.
yeah, I went like bullet points like last time, but then I
I
forgot
did.
to actually like say who I am. I'm like whoops.
I
No,
did my
but-
homework, but I also did not really say much about who I was. She
I
wouldn't
did.
though, she wouldn't.
I did rip off that last line though, but at the same time, it was such a good fucking line.
I feel like I did the thing in interviews where they're like, "Tell me about yourself," and you're like so literal. You're like, "So
Yeah.
I'm this. I was born on this date in this city. And
When
went
I
to
was 5, I
school
went
at
here,
this
and when
play."
I was 7,
Exactly. That's what I did. He was like, "I want to know about you," and she was like, "Oh, okay, bet. Here's my like biography."
CV.
Yeah, here's my medical history.
Yeah, I was born here as an orphan, and now I've met my real mum, and I'm gonna keep on definitely not committing any crimes.
Definitely not.
Should have just pulled the sword out and been like, "I will protect you."
Yeah.
And then
You
it
can
would've
do
been-
that after. You can do it afterwards.
Well,
As
that
peace
probably
resistance.
wouldn't have helped. Because
That probably
it
would have
would've
been very threatening.
Yeah, not only that, it would have been that I'll protect you, and then they'd be like, these heroes will also be representing our country in the tournament, and they'll be like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I can't wait to see the woman with the sword fight, and then it's like,
Who's
Oh,
not
sorry, I
protected?
broke my sword. Damn. We've
If
all
that-
been there.
It's like I actually never did any fighting. I'm just a politician. Sorry, guys.
right, I'm just gonna quickly get this quickly, so be right back. I've got
Uh,
two little mutants.
I feel like the crowd are going to split into certain sections. There's going to be like the people swooning over Esatari, And then there's going to be the people considering setting up a cult for Cliff. And I'm interested to see what kind of people Anessa's going to attract.
All the fucking weirdos, probably.
Well, I'm going to
You've
get...
got
I'm
an
going to...
eight-legged kink thing.
Well, yeah, I'm going to get all the people that have got, like, a step on me kink. So at least, you know...
That is true.
What are we the different options in a dating game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the fucking dour, gonna stamp on your soul, bitch character. You're the like beautiful goddess, friendly,
The obvious
loving.
choice. That
Easy
always comes
choice,
up.
the easy route. Let's face it.
Just the obvious one. The obvious hot one.
And then Brewin fits like the sort of fantasy, like, you know, all the other people are normal and then there's a vampire in there. He's
Yeah.
like the fantasy pick, the angel
Yeah.
in the norm,
Yeah.
the angel in the normies.
I actually have a secret dark past that no one can understand.
Yes.
And I feel like Anessis is going to be like the mysterious, like exotic character.
Yeah.
Yes. The exotic goth.
Yeah,
Weird
she's
one.
your token alt goth girl.
Yeah.
Who's like, oh, maybe I could feast on your blood. No, I won't.
I mean,
the
you
vampire
have
way.
you
I'll
have
sit
been
on your
known
toes.
to lick a dagger
I did. It was
and
great.
then have a little jizz fest over it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Like Horus is definitely the Sundere.
I'm the Sundere fucking head of the school council.
Yeah.
Don't look at me. Bow your eyes, bitch.
Hi, I'm back. Ugh.
Hi, Connor's still gone, I think.
Oh, I didn't know he went.
We were discussing our anime tropes.
Yeah.
Oh.
We
People
decided,
eventually write an anime about us.
Yeah, with the different options in a dating sim.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I mean, the fun part about you guys all as characters is you are perfect for pretty much any dating sim because you do have such a variety. Like, even your traumas, like you have the
You've got
character.
Tsundere.
Yeah. You've got
Mommy
Esatari,
issues.
who's the perfect, like, good girl, like, no terrible
The vampire
past.
slash fantasy pick.
Oh. It's a
can still hear
compliment.
it. Yeah, we said that Connor was like, you know, in every dating sim there's like normal dudes and there's that one guy that always has like a fantasy background, so he's secretly a vampire or
Or
he's
dragon or something.
secretly
Yeah.
a dragon or he's a prince or an angel. He's that pick. He's
Yeah.
that one that like he's suddenly the fantasy.
Mm.
And Anessa's the alt, the goth, the
Mhm.
mysterious exotic one.
The quirky.
I like that. I'm the Abigail in Stardew.
Yeah, you really are. Oh, that means I'm Haley. I don't want to be Haley.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm Haley. I'm not vapid.
No, you wouldn't be Haley.
No.
There's not really a Sundere though in
No, there isn't.
Stardew. I'm Shane.
Uh.
I'm the female version of Shane.
Oh god, you're not Shane.
He's the only one that like when you first meet him, he's like, "Why are you talking to me? Don't look at me."
Yeah.
That's that.
It's
Yeah.
a bit
That's
of an emotional
me.
bit.
I mean, to be fair, if someone randomly came up to you and started talking to you, you would be like, the fuck, who the fuck are you?
I don't
Like,
think I'd even.
Cliff would be Alex.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
No, I think he's a cross between Alex and Elliot.
Oh
Yeah.
Elliot's a good shout.
Yeah, he's
Brewin
more
would be
Elliot.
Elliot, I think.
Yeah.
Brewin
and
would be
then-
Elliot. Yeah.
Oh, my name's Cliff.
Yeah, Brewin died. R.I.P. He was such a great guy. Fucking hell. Hopefully
Oh.
no
He was
one
just so
believes
strong and noble.
Yeah, I
and-
feel weird talking about
What?
myself, by the way.
Sorry, I'm down.
kudos for not messing up and being like, I mean Brewin.
As the others said, I was just fantastic.
This
Yeah,
is
they loved
perfect
me.
and flawless.
I did one key thing of just saying his name once and then referred to him as he like several other times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the rest of the times.
And no one else will have known that it was all self-congratulatory.
it's It's self-gratification.
Yes.
I like the idea that Angelina knows. Angelina 100% knows.
She's just giving you side eye,
So
just like.
she's probably just sat in her little tent grinning, like.
Might walk up
I
to me
picture it-
later and be like, how did it feel talking about yourself? And just watching Cliff go, "What are you talking about?" And just get very quiet and be like, sorry, I didn't quite hear that.
State
Cliff.
secret.
I picture you just listening to us and thinking, like, I literally died in that battle. You need to give me more than one line.
Yeah, I was literally like, yeah, we lost someone. That was pretty, yeah. Sad times.
Lost someone. You lost me.
Exactly. To be
Right.
fair, I said we
Now,
lost our
come
friend
to
Brewin.
me as you express your sorrow.
I'm so cut up about his death, I can't even breathe his name. There you go. There's my
You don't
excuse.
need your sleep anyway.
They don't need to know that. But now we're delaying. Let's let Chloe have her turn.
No,
Yeah, this is
I'm quite happy
true.
you said that. I was quite happy.
Yeah. Anessa, it is your turn. Firstly, how are you declaring to the world you are who you are? How physically do you appear? Because obviously when you walked through at the first point, you looked concerned. How are you now?
Okay. So she's just got her head down, listening to everyone else's, trying not to look at the crowd, and then take a deep breath, and she's gonna do.
Achoo.
She's gonna do like a big spin. I put a thing in Discord.
One second.
Damn, I should have put some choreography in.
She's gonna go.
Oh, my wings did my speed.
Are you gonna use the magic spell to make like little sparks and fireworks behind you when you do it?
Yeah, just wait, okay, just wait.
Oh yeah, magic show! I'm excited.
So she's gonna do a spin and go, people of this beautiful, chaotic kingdom. You may not know me yet. My name is Anessa, an Aranea from modest beginnings in the Willow Plains. I do not fight to be praised, nor to be feared. We fought because someone had to. Because even the smallest web, when woven with care and courage, can hold back the darkness. I fought beside the bravest people I've ever known, a stoic man-bear who has always had our backs, and she's gonna point at Cliff. A fierce warrior who leads us, like Horus. A clever half-elf with a voice that could command armies, or charm some into foolishly falling for her. And I'm gonna wink to a little audience in the front.
A couple
And
of
of
them.
course, go.
A couple of them are like, there's no real banners or anything, but they're trying their best. They're like holding up what looks to be like clipped out, like tops that have been snipped into some kind of E, and they're just like holding the pieces together fragilely, like yay, yay.
And of course, there's my brother Vlad, the whirlwind in boots, the blade in the dark, and the reason I now have 3 new grey hairs.
Somewhere in the world, you know, there's a young boy that's giggling to himself.
I've used minor illusion to make a little picture of him so people know what I'm talking about, and it's him and Ravi just cuddled up and standing
Cute.
ready to fight, kind of thing. This kingdom has scars, and so do we. We lost our dear friend Brewin during battle, a kind-hearted cleric who served the kingdom. But we are still standing, and we are still stronger. Evil will come again. It always does. But now it will find that the shadows belong to us. So tonight, mourn what we lost, but celebrate what we have reclaimed. And she's gonna do another little minor illusion thing of like the kingdom all rebuilt and happy and people celebrating and things.
Like-
Little party poppers go off.
As magic is conjuring, Lupula hands close together he pushes them together underneath the sleeves, and there's no like words or anything or movement of the mouth or anything, but he kind of smiles, and you see as your sparks turn into full-on explosions of fireworks of multiple rainbow colours, and the image of um, your group in the center final piece of the explosions of fireworks shows you all stood together, like not literally arm in arm, but stood together in that kind of combative pose, like your hands primed with magic, Esatari's hands facing forward, energy ready, Cliff's similarly floating above you each, magic pulsating from his entire being. Uh, Shush you, you're not here. You're not involved. Go away. And of course, Lycoris, a red blade, but not one that looks like your sword. It is just seemingly a red katana, uh, drawn, and you in a very like stoic, combative, blade about to swing through something pose. And as those all that final firework slowly dissipates, and I'm assuming Anessa's finished.
She is going to find someone in the crowd, anyone, and blow a little kiss at them, and then she
Make a performance check
I'll be someone good.
or a
Performance check.
or a persuasion check with advantage. As a note, I didn't say it for the others because I mean they evidently blew it away, but for the final one anyway, if you roll anything that's less than a 10, we are counting it as a 10 minimum.
Wait, so you say performance or what was it?
Persuasion.
Performance or persuasion with advantage.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. In a possibly a surprise to you, out of character anyway, I have on the side been noting down the points of interest of what each of you have been speaking about, and I've been tallying the general interest of those topics. So, like, the Brewin revealing his an ASMR thing, for example, it appealed to both sides. It appealed to the high town and low town, because Angel. And tallying the total, I can't remember what the word is called, notoriety value, whatever, to determine how much one side or another enjoys or likes you as a person.
I
So,
forgot something. Sorry.
oh no, of course, what?
Sorry. At the end of it, I wanted to pull like a hip flask from my bra and just take a big swig of it, like cheers into them, and like cheers to the kingdom, big swig, because that's Anessa's character. Sorry, carry on.
No, of course.
It was on my notes to do that, and I forgot it. I got too excited with the explosions.
As the explosions are going, and they start settling down, the final image slowly descends. A couple of tiny little sparks in the air as you take a swig, and then return to your podium, so to speak.
Wow.
You all have got pretty decent praise from a majority of the towns. I am not going to tell you who got what where, because that would not be something you would know inherently anyway. But as you return to your point, the Emperor looks around toward the people, a stoic like look of he's looking amongst his people, turns back, looks to you each with a fraction of a second. No real insight needed. You can see on his face that he's proud of the display. Can you hear that as well? Is that next door?
The whole
Is the
time
emperor
through.
is the emperor looking to the dwarven kingdom as he says that?
I was
Yeah.
just going to say,
Fucking
is that
rave
I know
again.
Can you guys hear that?
texting other people next door.
Hear
No.
what?
No. When Rachel said rave, I thought you could hear through my headset. There's literally some music blaring out in the background somewhere here.
No.
Give me a sec. I just want to find out what the fuck that's about because
Only
Guys.
Rachel will appreciate this, but ever since like Anessa's like started her thing, I could only picture like, the great and powerful Trixie.
Yes, yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
The whole time, I was like,
And it works really well because when you learn about the character, she's actually woefully insecure and like doesn't believe she's got any talent. It's like, oh, it actually is like Anessa.
oh, anyway, that was good.
Okay.
What are you lot going on about?
Anessa's a magical pony.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
God.
talking about
a magical
ponies.
performing pony.
God.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lee,
dear.
when you first said that, can you hear that? For a second, I thought I got a bit paranoid because birds are outside my window being really loud and chirping, and I thought my mic was picking it up, and I was like, "Wait, is he hearing that?"
I hear
bird.
everything.
The birds were applauding the speeches.
But yeah, they've stopped now. So.
But yeah,
Yeah. The emperor
looked pretty.
stood forward, looked proud, and then was about to say something, and then you said,
There's a rave.
"Can you hear that?"
I'm back, sorry.
Hello.
Why is there a picture of Thingy?
That's you,
Saying that,
apparently.
that was you.
Oh, that's me!
The second you walked on and like saying like, you know, you did your little twirl and stuff, I'm like, I heard her voice immediately.
What's she called again? I can't
Trixie,
remember.
the great and
Trixie.
powerful Trixie.
The great and powerful Trixie. I remember this now. It's all coming back to me. From about, what, fucking 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me.
The Emperor...
Sorry.
No.
I was talking
Never
to
me.
Danny about food stuff, the plan for tomorrow with tea and stuff. So I was like, oh no.
As the Emperor stares towards Lowtown at first, and then back toward Hightown, he speaks, and with the volume bouncing towards both sides, these will be our representatives. I know there have been questions before of when or why we have not or will do send representatives for previous years, though in my humble opinion it has never been quite right. There's never been someone or someone's worthy of the dedication. These wonderful people, as you have been so glamorously introduced to today, I can guarantee you these meager moments you have with them on this stage are one of very many, and you will see in the coming weeks to months as they make their way through the tournament that they are the right choice. They are powerful, they are charismatic, and quite frankly, they're a joy to be around. As I'm sure, looking amongst you, you have already become rather smitten with at least a few of them. And he
Well, not all of us.
motions his hand toward the crowds, and you see like scores of people like trying to create or fashion some quick like ways of identifying who's their favorite, and you can see that there's a mixture of people in the crowd that are kind of like trying to make things relevant, or at least what you think is relevant to you guys. There's someone who's holding up a flag of a spider.
Freddy.
you do think that at first, and then you see that they've like crossed out one of the legs, and you kind of like, oh, that's not as cool, but thanks.
They noticed I'm a cripple. They don't know
I
it's
told you to
self-inflicted.
use it as a selling point.
It was out there. I had it out my dress.
I noticed.
And of course, you have your abundance of Esoteric fanboys and fangirls. You have a handful of thirsty people, and possibly some you might have recognised from being here before, Cliff. There's a few of the slightly shadier individuals that are kind of like hiding more towards the buildings, but they're keeping a close watch on you all now, obviously. But for the most part, they seem the type of people that you might have once associated or have had to deal with, Lycoris. It's kind of hard to tell without having a better eye on them, but at the very least, you keep your gaze toward them just in case. But yeah, as he makes that motion, he then steps forward toward you all and continues to speak. We have recently had a meeting about the state of affairs ever since the attack, and our, in hindsight, rather rash decision to buckle down tightly against magic, or at least to identify it. As I have mentioned prior, we are discussing ways in which to alleviate that pain, and I will guarantee you that alongside our new allies here, and alongside each of you for the rest of the time that I rule, I will not allow such a thing to occur again without prior warning. We were afraid. I, as my humble self at this moment, will admit I was afraid. Not of my people, but of what could have become of you. That woman turns the beauty, the prosperity of death, the continuity that is life falling to the end. She turned it grotesque and turned it against those still breathing. It may have been an overreaction, I admit, but nonetheless, the final decision fell to me to accept the repercussions, either way that the chips fell. And I will correct my mistake. I apologize, my people. But let me finish this day with two more things. Firstly, Lupula, if you would be so kind. Lupula starts walking over, pulls his hands out of his sleeves, and you see a small, ornate, kind of onyx coloured with these, when light touches it, it has these tinges of a kind of dark red that sort of fade off of it. A little box. Walks over, passes it to his king with or emperor, with a very small bow. One not befitting an emperor, of course, because he's just a man. Hands the box over. Thank you, my friend. He takes the box, gently flicks it open. Inside you see 4 keys, the backs of which goes with the motif as always, spiders. They have 4 holes in the back of it, just for ornate purposes mostly, where the, I don't know what you want to call it, the bulb, the spider butt essentially, would be. There's 4 little holes in it. The key itself is perfect, pristine, and made of silver. It shimmers to the point that if light touches it for even a second, it's almost as powerful as if the sun was on it, and it's reflecting heavily. He takes a key from the box. Alongside it is a long strand of gentle silk, and he moves up to each of you one by one and slowly hangs the key around each of your necks. And after doing so, the box is passed back to Lupula, who puts it back into his sleeves. He then steps back. He bows low enough that his gaze can't meet yours anymore. I, as the humble man I am currently bearing to be, declare unto you, the righteous, gallant, and kind heroes of Ghastodn. I, Solomon Ghastodn, 12th of his name, declare you our champions officially in the Tournament of Ascension, and the possessors of the keys to the continent. I thank you for your service to our people. And as he finishes saying that, you see all across the entirety of the top of the mountain itself these small arrays of multicoloured lights start to trickle down, and as they trickle down from the top, they suddenly just burst these little spritz of life as hundreds and hundreds of tiny fireworks start to explode in the sky above Hightown. You can all see it easily. There's literally hundreds and thousands of other things. They'll burst gently behind you. It's not loud enough that the entire mountain could hear it, but it's bright enough. And as everyone starts to look toward it with those kind of gasps like oohs, ahs, and such, the camera-like devices start to spew out some of these as well, but bigger explosions. And they burst with caricatures of spiders chasing young kids toward dens, and it's kind of weird when you really see it, but people seem to react incredibly positively toward it. And
Weird. Even I think
yeah.
it's weird. I'm a fucking spider.
And
We don't chase kids. Disclaimer.
hey, look, they still love you regardless. So as Lupula steps forward to Solomon, Solomon steps back. He says, without the speaker enhancing him, "Is there anything you each would like to say in this final moment before I close?"
He was lucky getting us to speak the first time. Peace. I'm out.
Peace.
I suppose Brewin will take a one step just to, well, more or less step up to the question of hearing, is there anything else? And Cliff will say, he'll clear his throat, straighten up slightly, look to everyone, and well, as he's saying this, he will look from a slow left and make his way to the right, just making sure he encompasses everyone in saying, "We thank you for your time, for welcoming us as your heroes, and we hope that the rest of your day goes unhindered and this puts a positive spin to the start of your day, or the middle, or whether you guys have just finished working and need to sleep, and allow it to be the end of the day. Thank you."
I'm going to raise another toast. Just put my flask up and have a big sip and a big grin. Yay! And that's it.
Yeah, that'd be all from me.
Okay.
I'll just say thank you for listening to us.
Thanks for listening.
as the
Thank you for your attendance.
thank you
The
for your
meeting is
attendance.
now over. Please
Lycoris
evacuate the
just
premises.
doesn't say anything and just gives
At
a
your
thumbs
nearest
up.
exit.
Nah, I give like a soldier-like bow to the crowd. That's my input. Very practiced, like soldier respect bow, and that's it.
Do they cheer or is it just awkward silence for us?
Yeah. Suddenly, just fireworks and everyone's just dead silent. You see the
You
rolling.
hear crickets.
Yeah, you hear crickets. You see the rolling hay bale or whatever it is.
Ah, the reaction we were expecting. Fantastic.
No. The fireworks
My
go off.
usual reaction.
We're all scared of.
The Emperor nods, and as Anessa raises, he holds his hand up. One appears in his hand, a goblet. He raises it, and he says, "Murdish." And then everybody, whatever they've got on their person, they raise and they say "Murdish."
Ooh, I started an actual toast.
A continental toast.
Yeah.
As soon as that's done,
Tasty.
Solomon looks around. He clicks once. The guards surrounding the bridge start to retreat a little bit inward. They surround the council, and the gates are left open. Each side is made available to the other as food, drink, general festivities begin. You all are currently sandwiched between two lots, so Lupula steps forward and goes, if you would like, I can return us all back to the astrolabe, or you can sit with all of these guys. Either way, I'm pretty sure at least 5 people of the council are about to disappear, so this is kind of a one-way trip. You might want to choose quickly.
It might be nice
Wait.
to hang out.
Oh, I was
Where-
on team. Let's leave.
I know.
Where-
You
where-
want to. I know you want to leave from the beginning.
Where are we? Where are we at the moment?
You're on the bridge still.
Did you say people have started flooding in?
Not flooding, but people from either side are like slowly making their way towards. So Lowtown wants to see Hightown, and Hightown kind of just want to drink. So
Fair enough.
I feel like I want to leave because if you speak to one person, then everyone's gonna want to talk to you.
That's a good one.
It's like, you know, like when celebrities do a signing, and if they don't sign one person's thing, then that person's gonna hold a vendetta for the rest of their lives. And I don't think I want that for me personally. So I'm a bounce. But if you guys want to stay and drink, that's cool.
Feel it would be anticlimactic to go.
'Cause I was again.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
would
want to
be
be
anticlimactic,
accosted by the
probably.
crowds particularly, but I was
Well,
trying
can
to try and
what
find
about
some
if
of our friends.
what about if we have like not in the crowds but like a velvet rope kind of thing going on where we're off limits but
Yeah.
No, I was more wanting.
still
I
a
wanted
party.
I wanted to mingle with our friends. Go
yes,
meet
me too. That's
people.
what I wanted, not with the people.
Not particularly. I would no. Just I'm basing like how Lee said he was measuring which one of us has gained more kind of
More favor.
favor with the high and low town.
Yeah.
I know he said he was we wouldn't know, but I'm feeling you might be with the high town and I might be with the low town at this moment.
Who's with the
I
high
don't-
town?
I feel I'm neither, so I'm gonna go home.
You definitely are. People like you. People will know you anyway from
if
both
anything,
areas.
each of you give me an insight check. If the DC is a minimum of 15, I would tell you.
Okay, I want to know. It's like
I-
not getting a
I'm happy
grade.
just to do.
No, I want my
I know.
grade.
I just meant Anessa's. We'll get a velvet rote so we can keep out the commoners.
Oh no, she loves the commoners.
Let's
it was
keep
also like
the
Horace's
others out.
benefit.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, well, I think I know who you've sided with.
Oh no! It's like Horace doesn't want to mingle.
I'm
with
more-
people.
Well, I'm more thinking there's no way to make it fair. Like, you either have to meet every single person that wants to speak
Yeah.
to you, or you have to leave. And
But then we can be a hero of the people. Oh yeah.
That's the challenge, though. You be the hero of the people and risk pissing off some people that you don't give any attention to. Or you leave and nobody gets your personal attention, but they think you're a bit standoffish. There's like...
Well, how about I
there's no
make lots of
perfect.
clones of myself?
I was just like,
Then everyone's happy.
problem solved. Bye.
Yeah. No, I think it would be nice to mingle with our friends. I don't feel like, given the situation that of the people who we are with, the people are not going to assume that they are allowed up here, right, into our space, right?
Yeah, but we're on the bridge, and they're all coming on the bridge. Because
Remember?
we're on the bridge between Hightown and Lowtown, and they've got to go on the bridge to cross to go to either side, and we are in the middle.
Mhm.
So
The
they
It's like,
can't infringe
access.
on
go now
it.
or not.
We're in the access route, so we are
What
in the way.
Oh, God.
My plan was to go looking for my uncle, for Freed, for the refugees.
Yeah, but
That's all.
that was my plan. But in terms of like, we teleport out with the council, and then we can move about as we like. Whereas if we
Okay, yeah, let's do
stand
that.
in the middle of the
rather
gate,
get crushed a bit.
we're getting people coming from both sides to look
Yeah,
at us
let's
and
do
talk
that.
to us.
Let's teleport away, and then we can come back if we want.
We can change
Can
into
I
casual
still?
clothes.
I want to still get my score. I want to see who likes me.
Gonna roll insight.
Well,
Yes.
are we all rolling anyway?
You don't have to. It's just Anessa is all about approval.
No,
And
no,
they
like
no.
me, like-
If
What's the
you're
word? What's
rolling,
the
I'm
word?
rolling.
Lycoris is feeling self-conscious because everyone else's speeches were really good, so I'm rolling. Oh, Lycoris doesn't know. So,
Oh, I really know.
He really cares.
She does. What is it? What is it that she wants? She wants, like approval, like
Self gratification.
no, it's like like kind of like reassurance. It's like what she was after with Asatari, like some kind of acceptance or something.
like people that get their value from how other people see them.
yeah, she does. She does. She doesn't want to, but she does. Come to realize it about herself.
Esatari wasn't
She's
too
just
bothered.
she's just a bit needy recently.
Yeah.
Lycoris wasn't bothered, but then everyone else did well, and now she is bothered.
So,
It's just like she never, Anessa never got any the word that I'm looking for from her mother. So now she wants it from other people. What's the word?
Validation.
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 Mhm.
That's the word. She wants validation, and that's all she's ever sought.
So, a rundown for you. Nessor, I'll basically just read my thing. So you got good praise as a fact just for being Arnea, because you were very performative. You were even though it was like a quick gloss over, you were also honest about your upbringing. You were very approachable, it would seem. You used your magic in a way that suggested not all magic is evil, so people had immediately jumped to that. They were like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, so given what's happening recently, she can use magic. It means it's not a big bad thing. Magic's fine, it's just specific magic can be a bit finicky. You used it in a humbling and a kind and gentle way. People liked that. You got, and just as a note, low, medium, and high is the tiers. You got high praise from Lowtown, and medium from Hightown because Hightown are very snobby.
They don't like willow playings. They're racist.
Kind of. Because you're an RNA, it jumped both up one tier, just without even trying, really. But from there, it pretty much just stayed stable because for them, the magical conjuring side of things and the performance was something they've seen before, so it wasn't new to them. But nonetheless, given what you are and the fact of you're seemingly this powerful individual, but you're being coy, it's a curiosity. They're keeping an eye. But Lowtown adores what you've done for them and adores the way you showed yourself.
Love it. Would rather be loved by the people than and snubbed by the posh
Snobs.
twats. Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second. Be right back.
That's why she did the toast at the end, by the way. I can still get my little hip flask out and be like, look at me.
Did you use your new necklace?
I did. That's my little shot glass. It's probably why I got low approval ratings from Hightown. She's got a shot glass around her neck, like
Always
she's in fucking
prepared.
Ibiza or something.
That's a bit common, that, being able to have a portable drinking device rather than having people bring you one. Oh,
Yeah. She poured it herself.
Ew. But it's made out of nice materials, so up votes for that. And then if they give Esatari high approval, and it turns out that you bought it for me, then and they find out, then they'll be like, okay, we accept.
I
It was a
am
present from
Ed.
you, wasn't it?
hello,
I
Ed.
Thank you. I
Hello,
appreciate it, boys. Yeah. So Cliff. I actually wrote your name as Cliff on this because I'm smart.
Oh, fantastic. Good start.
So my notes for you are, because you were honest about your upbringing, you were forthright enough that it wasn't like, by the way, I'm a second person. Whoops. You were honest about, to a degree, about where the individual parts, not entirely their business. You mentioned it. The how to put this? I'll read it exactly as I wrote it. Loved by the thirsty masses. Immediately on like your appearance, people were already like, "Oh, hello." As you started talking, they were kind of attached to the idea of you. It's like, "Oh, hello." Oh. You started speaking, and you mentioned um, your allies and Brewin's abilities, and you put a lot of emphasis toward them, and they started thinking you have humility. You're humble, but you're also strong. And looking at you, you are this. And later they would find out, like glorious gold and silvered being, a literal pseudo celestial. Not to mention, considering people already know you guys, they have seen you perform small miracles. Some of the guards in Lowtown, some of the people in Hightown, the people that you've interacted with while you're here have taken note of who you are, even before this introduction. You've helped people even before they knew who you were. He's so humble, but he was talking about himself in the third person, and no one knew.
You imagine he's our favorite over all of you because he's so humble. And we're like,
Just they're like, "Fucking son
if
of a
only you
bitch."
knew. We're just like crying and clenching our fists in the corner, like, "Woo."
He died for our sins.
You really exalt the virtues of others.
Did we accidentally make Brewin into Jesus?
I mean, kinda, not kinda, yeah.
Oops.
Well, you best not do a D&D equivalent of making an Easter holiday based on my character.
Hey, look, you're the one who revealed yourself here, not me. So if it happens, it happens. But yeah, you did it once again. You revealed you are what you are. People, they immediately like lost everything else you were saying before that for a second. It was like, wait, hold on, what? These things actually exist, and it's not just some myth. This just these people are real. People in Hightown, for example, they would have had some, like, if the percentage of normal people that would have known about an ASMR or would have heard of in myth what an ASMR is like 10% of people, there would have been like 1% of people that would have even ever gone beyond that scale of like maybe they've seen one in the skies, or they've seen the appearance of one but not the wings. It's a minimal percent of people, and you've just revealed to easily a few thousand a living being that is angelic. And there's a degree of like oh, maybe it's visible magic, maybe it's some kind of illusion, but it's one of those, not to use a fun term, but a revelation that you don't just see. It's something that, upon seeing it, you believe it inherently what it is as fact. And so that obviously attracted quite a few more eyes. Not to mention, you ended with a very philosophical quote. And people, especially in Hightown, kind of, they clung to that a little bit. You, in total, got high praise from Lowtown, and was close to high praise from Hightown as well. They were a little, like, niggly bits away from it because of, funnily enough, because of your humility and the fact that the people in Lowtown have seen your power. Everyone can see your glorious death and valor. Everyone can see your ASMR side. That's why Hightown is so close to being on high tier for you. But because there was no clear demonstration of that power, it's just evident by the fact of the wings at that point. And you are calm. You are the personification of being an angel, but they didn't see that raw power. They just knew that you are a very humble man. Though, I will be frank, you probably will get some kind of cult after this, because, yeah, there's going to be a holiday or two.
Yes, I'm going to get a cult when there's already low-key a cult, which I never wanted in the first
So this
place.
is a cult that likes you this time.
Oh, this is a positive. Well,
It's a good
technically, the
cult.
Apex face liked me. They just liked me too much and then got very sadistic with the idea of liking me because they were like, we need to be able to harness this. Okay.
But yeah.
Interesting collection.
Yeah. So, what that means for the pair of you is, generally speaking, whenever you go to Hightown, you'll get as much favour, you'll get as much notoriety as you do based on your praise and or performance that you had done. Same with Lowtown, considering the both of you got high praise, like, and everyone, to a degree anyway, has seen you out and about. People have seen you and have had those glances of like, they look kind of familiar. Lowtown, pretty much the entirety of it, is going to know who you people are, regardless of what they feel about you. You probably won't be able to make much movement down there anymore without people stopping you, for one reason or another. Hightown,
Okay.
it'll probably be that subtle, soft thing of like, oh yes, I saw you. You were, yeah, quite marvelous. Yes, yeah. Oh, sorry, you appear busy. I'll let you get about your day. Ha, blah, 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 blah. Oh, would you like to join this tea party? Blah, 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 blah.
I'll join a tea party if there's free food.
Crumpets, my dear.
Ew, I hate crumpets. It sounds like armpits.
I love crumpets.
No, the holes. I probably said this so many times before. The holes in crumpets, and when you put butter in it and it melts and you squeeze it. Right, this is grim. You're not going to want to eat crumpets again. So when you squeeze the butter out of the holes in the crumpet, it reminds me of, like, because the crumpets sound like armpits, it reminds me of sweaty armpits. Because the butter's all melted and it's coming out of the pores of the crumpet.
You
It
know,
makes me
it's
feel.
You've not ruined it for me, don't worry.
No, me neither.
you've not
And
ruined it
it's
for
like,
me at all.
ooh, sweaty crumpets.
It's the best part because you get to wipe the inside of the crumpet when you bite it. You just get to rub the plate with the crumpet itself to lap up more of the butter.
No, but it's like sweaty armpits, and the
It's not
texture
like
of it.
sweaty armpit.
The texture of it's like a sponge.
You're such a child, Chloe.
No. Well,
Sounds
to be
like-
fair, that's been a long time since I've had a crumpet, and my taste buds have changed a lot. I now like eggs, and I now like mushrooms. So maybe I like armpits.
That conversation
crumpets.
sounded like
I've seen some very
what-
good art, so
I don't know. It's a consistency texture-y. Bite into it like a sponge. I don't like it. I don't like.
You're a sponge.
You're a
Oh,
towel.
I'm being bullied because I don't like crumpets.
You talking to Danny right now?
It's what people who don't like bacon feel like? We don't like bacon.
I know
You're
you. As far as I know,
insane.
you brought up the crumpets.
No, Lee brought up the crumpets.
Okay.
I was thinking then I had to really think. I was like, did I bring up crumpets? I don't think I brought up crumpets. I brought up my weird thing with crumpets.
Yeah, you brought up
And
your
why
weird
Nessa
thing.
won't like them. Yeah, I did. Now I'm being bullied for it.
No,
So we can go to Hightown and people will be snooty and probably want to impress their friends by knowing us and network with us. But
Mm.
probably can't go to Lowtown without people jumping all over us.
Mm.
that's fine.
Well, if she ever wants an ego stroke, she'll go to Lowtown one day.
Isn't that where we live?
That is, yeah.
Oh, it's okay. I can teleport us in and out of it. if we get mobs at the
It's
door.
fine. No one's been told exactly where we live, have they?
No, I
They-
just
they've
meant if
seen us
necessary.
walking around.
Mm-hmm.
But the good news is, we have teleportation circles around the house, so we can use that to travel if need be.
Exactly. I will
We can
teleport.
even ask Lupula for party favors. Like, can you set a couple extra teleportation circles for getting to
We
the
need
point
to
of
go.
Hightown?
Grocery shopping, please.
Getting back to the point real quick though.
Yes.
You were asked by Lupilla, because council members are leaving, if you would like to go. Otherwise you are going to get swarmed.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we
I want
decided to go.
Is everybody?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it would be a good cue to leave.
Yes, I didn't realise it was a swarm. I thought it was chill, but it's not. So we're off.
It will
It's-
leave people with the option to more or less carry about their day, or to mingle with people of different cities and go and to explore the upper half. And for the high town to, well, if they feel like mingling and going down into Lota, rather than have them, feel that they need to stay in order to talk to us. They can either go about their own lives or experiment and be social with each other in a way that they thought was not possible.
This could be the start of some beautiful love stories.
Exactly.
I met a man in Lowtown and he was so roguelike. Swept me off my feet. I want to be there to see that. Maybe I'll go disguise self and I'll just wander around and have a look at people. Just play matchmaker with everyone. Have you met my friend Gerald? Look at this tavern wench, isn't she beautiful?
Gerald of the Lowtown Butchery?
No,
What's her
Gerald's
name?
a posh man. Gerald's a posh name.
He could be a butcher.
I think he's
What
posh.
about a baker? Oh, or
Or
a candlestick maker.
A relationship between a baker and a butcher.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's set that up. The butcher
Gerald the
is an orc woman, and the baker is like a little.
Tiefling.
Oh, yeah, she bakes really nice cakes.
So it's Reed and her husband.
Oh.
I was going to say an orc and a halfling, but sure.
Oh yeah, a halfling would be cute too.
Reed reincarnated. So, you guys are drawn into the whirlwind of purple. A couple of council members too. You return to the Astrolaben room. You see the assortments of screens in the corners of the room still projecting. The assortments of raining down little sparks of light still going. As you sit in the room has been somewhat redecorated with more tables, assortments of food, fancy wines, with odd shapes for the bowls. There's even one that has a kind of like weird, kind of like dice shape on the bottom, and it looks like it should be rolling, but it stays stable. The council members kind of looking amongst each other, talking quietly as you all walk forward. What do you guys do as you come here? And Lupula steps in behind you.
I'm just going to sit on a chair and very much lean very far back and just.
Is there somewhere I can pour drinks?
Oh yeah, let's pick a table.
I pour us all a drink and hand them out. And I'm also gonna take a big deep breath and go, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Anessa, with the approach of the sigh and the excited, oh my god,
Make a panic attack.
With the very
Basically.
with the very sigh and just sit back of that, he's finally sitting down and no longer having to talk.
You've all got a drink, by the way.
Yep, I realise. I'm just gonna cradle it in my hand with my fingers around the top of it and just swirl it as I'm just leaned back in my chair. Well, on a chair.
I'll hold mine up to her. Cheers, the others.
Yeah,
Well,
yours.
that's over with.
Yes.
I'll just perk up slightly and raise voice and just say, how are you holding up, Lycoris?
I just raise my glass and down it.
As you down it, as a note, in the room with you at the moment, the only people that stayed behind were Urias, your father, Sylviana, and Willow Hroth. Oh, sorry, and Aina. So, currently at your person, you have Rune, good old Solomon, Lupula, of course, and your dear old mother.
Wait, they're in the room where we're currently sitting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is the
God.
Trapper and Vlad in here? Or was that?
I think we left them in there. Because Vlad was in the
Actually,
corner shoving food in his face.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Sorry, that was right. Yeah, no, that was what Chloe was talking about earlier today.
I was just making sure we gone back
Yeah,
to
that's
the
what
same
I
place.
thought. I thought it
Yeah,
was.
we're in the
So-
same place we were before.
Yeah.
So it's Vlad the Trapper, Lady Devane, Lupula,
And room.
and us.
You've got Rune, Solomon, Lupula, Dahlia, Trapper, Vlad, you guys. Yeah. Okay, I'll move.
You know, I'm gonna stick with it. I do that. Say to Lycoris, Ben realise who's in the room and just slightly stiffen up, slightly half stiffen because I'm just somewhat low key tired out from that speech. Hello. Just gonna do a very
Adrenaline, I
polite
guess.
smile and raise a glass.
For some reason in the back of my head, I completely forgot there were friggin' maps for this. So I'm gonna use them.
Yeah, let's do it.
Created by our very own fantastic Rachel, by the way. Ooh.
I'm guessing it's just the library site. Where are the chairs?
I'm getting to it.
I actually have better assets now. I could actually make it look more magical.
Ooh.
Which I'll get around to at some point.
But yeah.
Big sofa to lounge on.
I'm assuming there's like tables and stuff out. with food.
Yes. I'm just currently trying to find. There we go. Weird tables will do.
Where are the Trapper and Vlad?
I'm getting to it.
Vlad-
Stop
Vlad-
judging me.
Vlad-
I'm just making the map.
I
Vlad's
took
on the
Vlad
table.
I took him on.
We're demanding right now. You demanded us a speech. We demand you.
Hey, I gave you two
acting in
weeks.
placement.
You can give me 2 fucking minutes.
There's no chairs.
Wow. You want to complain about chairs now?
Where's the food? Where's the food? Where's my drink tray?
Just remember, I'm the one that can make or break you. So
Sorry, Lee.
I'm
Sorry,
watching
Lee.
all
Love
you
you, Lee.
fuckers.
Sorry, Lee.
I don't know if it'll count in my favour or not, but I was trying to think of something to nag you for as a joke, but I genuinely couldn't think of anything I needed.
Well, you were both honest and didn't participate, so I will leave you to last.
She's scored extra points with Hightown now. It's just going to be a running tally, depending on what we say to
Please.
Lee.
You guys,
Yeah.
were,
I'm in minus points
nag
with
us,
everyone.
You were the player.
you guys were still actually being tallied the entire time.
I'm going to get an actual drink and be very patient while Lee sets up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the
Very
toilet.
patient. Very, very patient. Super patient.
So patient. Bam. Give me the assets. Where are you? Where's me assets? Honestly, this banana just put 700 of the same thing and just say fuck it. I don't have many assets. I don't know what's going on. Sort of
Acid. Where do you want acid?
end this misery I'm in. There you go. You can have a giant block of butter, because why not?
I can't believe it's butter.
It's utterly nutterly. Okay, well, you'll have to deal with those assets. Who's doing what?
As I stated, I sat down, did a whole sigh, and I got past the drink, and then said the Lycoris how she's holding up very casually. Then realised who else was in the room with us and slightly stiffened up a little bit. And was like, "Oh, hello," and acknowledging everyone else who's in the room.
A couple of eyes and heads
Just
turn.
realised that Solomon himself is in the room, as well as Rune, one of the officials, as well as Lady Devane herself.
All the official faces.
Yep. And
I doubt.
acting that casual in front of them is very much a letting down of the guard.
I mean, to be fair, Solomon's the only one who's not technically a lord at the minute. By his own decree. So,
I downed my drink, and I'm gonna go find a quiet space out the way to decompress.
well, you still do have a lot of the bookshelves and rows here that can kind of like mask you into a corner. So you quite happily find a little corner out the way.
Is this just a big pile of cheese here?
Because
Well,
if
that
so, that's where she's going.
Yeah. I've zoomed in.
Cheese, you say?
the asset was supposed to be butter, but I mean, cheese just makes way more sense than a massive wad of butter.
Me back.
If it was a massive thing, I did once accidentally pick up a whole scoop of like butter, thinking it was a kind of dip.
I mean, it is a dip, depending on what you've got. You can dip crackers in butter.
Yeah, but like I took like a full big spoonful of this like soft whipped butter.
It's
And perhaps
very,
say-
very American of you, but yeah.
I sat down. I've like tried it. I'm like, this is very buttery.
Hmm.
What an interesting pate.
Checks the label. It's like, huh.
No,
Oops.
it was at a wedding.
Oh.
Oh, that's fantastic. You sort of like you look to someone who you're with who's knowledgeable of the menu. Like, the spread is fantastic. Oh, this sauce stuff, it's fantastic. I'm gonna eat spoonfuls of it. And they're like, that's the butter.
Basically, what happened. It was a buffet thing, and there was lots of like pates, and there was like
Well, I think that soft whipped butter sounds absolutely banging, and I would do the same thing but on purpose. So don't worry, we'll both be sat there with our plates of soft whipped butter at some point, and it'll be great. At least you get a big spoonful and realise it was absolutely disgusting, and you had to sit
Yeah.
there and like not eat it.
Yeah.
Because that hurts my soul.
Yeah.
I don't like being wasteful.
Yeah, I did something like that before. I thought it was garlic dip, and I sort of like grabbed the crisp I dipped. I was like, oh, they do garlic dip. I found out it was salad cream, a bowl full of salad cream.
I love salad cream.
No.
Mm,
Salad cream's great.
no, not
Salad
not
cream
with
and nachos.
not with not with sensation sweet chili crisps. No,
Probably not.
I can tell you it's not.
Thank you for the
But-
beautiful
but yeah.
room, Lee and
Yes.
Rachel.
Looks lovely, thank you guys.
I was
I
going to
still
say.
want to sit on the sofa though. Maybe I should be sociable and not sit on the sofa.
You
away
take
from
up the entire
everyone.
entire sofa.
I'll sit on the edge, and that's my drink there.
Is the Emperor married?
Asking for a friend.
Why?
Well,
Why is
I
he
was
hot?
more just thinking
Okay.
one way to get back at Arthur would be
It's
to
going to-
get with the Emperor of Ghastodn.
Um,
Saying.
the Emperor, as far as you know, is not married.
Get in there, girl. Who needs
Oh,
a dickhead from across the sea when you can have this one?
this dickhead.
This
Yeah,
dickhead at home.
home. Which one's the Emperor?
That one.
This one.
Solomon Ghastodn, 12th
Zoom in.
generation Emperor.
He looks like a vampire.
A lot of that going round.
Is he a vampire?
A lot of that going round.
Yeah, I like this one. But is she the nasty one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still think she's really hot. I know she's horrible.
So, as you
Probably
all...
glare daggers at me as I awkwardly raise a glass after watching me just very, very casually sit down, sigh, go, and then only just realise that they are in the room.
Dahlia talking quietly with Rune. It seems a very bare bones, casual conversation of like pleasantries. As that conversation finishes, Dahlia's eyes do drift around the room. Lupula wanders over, begins chatting with her. Rune wanders off, begins exploring the bookshelves and just swirling a glass to herself. Solomon remains sat, watching around the room, takes a deep breath, and looks toward you, Asatari.
I'd been walking up
You
to Luther
kidding me?
as he walked away. I'm like, "Ah!"
It's like, oh no, I've been trapped.
Do I make eye contact?
Do you?
Is it awkward?
I don't know. Like, do I notice he has looked at me? Has he seen that I've seen?
Make a perception check?
It's fine.
Yeah, you see him. You see him turn and look to you, and then
Yeah,
you see him.
it was
It's just,
yeah. Does he see that I've seen him?
oh, he sees that you've seen him, and you see that he's seen that you've seen him.
Yeah. I'll give a little smile and walk a bit closer.
His
Thank you very much for today.
his head turns a little and looks to Lupula, then back at you. You needn't put on airs. If there is someone else you would much rather speak with, you are welcome to remain beside me at the table until such time they are ready. We needn't converse either, if that makes things easier for you.
I,
Oh, sorry, distraction. 1 second.
Quick! He's giving
Run
you
away,
time
run
to think of what to say.
none of this has very much taken her by surprise every single turn of these events.
The Emperor's answering his brain phone. Someone sent him a brain message. He's like, 1 moment. Someone's on the other line.
But it's normally me.
One moment, someone's on the other mind.
He knows about you and Lupula. He knows about you and Lupula.
Oh, she got
Like,
quiet.
I don't know what. He's basically said we don't need to talk. You can hang around here if you like. I'm like, can I leave?
Hmm.
Is this okay?
I want to go. I want to go over here now.
I mean, if you want to speak to Lupula,
There'll be other chances.
well, why don't you just be like, I'm honoured that you speak to me, but I was actually gonna go and look at that refreshment table. You know,
Yeah,
play that. Play that. I'm hungry.
Oh my god, you know, right? I'm reading too many romance novels for it to be like a, excuse me, you flatter yourself. I don't want to speak to you. I was going over here to look at these books.
I feel like a lot of words have been put in my mouth.
Yeah.
then he would like fall for you or something because you've been like, I wasn't talking to you anyway.
Who
I
was
love
that?
That's
this.
what would happen in my book.
The one character that's like, I don't want to be tied down. I want to go on an adventure, and the Emperor's like, yes, that's the one I want to keep.
He's been like, you put it on an act. You don't have to speak to me. You can stand here if you like. I'm like,
Bro, as of today, he's just another gentleman. He ain't the Emperor. He's just a man. He's come before you as just a man.
well,
It's like-
I'm
it's
just
like
saying
every
I
other
don't
romance
think
novel.
he's behaving particularly gentlemanlike.
Oh, we're going on Lizzie Bennett route, huh?
Yeah.
Had you behaved in a
We
gentlemanlike
also
manner?
know how that ends too. So
That's true. He could be your Mr. Darcy, and then that makes Lupula Mr. Collins, and that's not a great place. To
Oh
be
no,
for Lupula, really,
he's
is
not
it?
slimy enough for that.
No, I don't know who would fall under Mr. Collins yet. I don't think I've met my Mr. Collins.
Well, that would make Lupula like Bingley or something.
I like Bingley. Bingley's a
Oh,
good
Bingley's
guy.
lovely.
Bingley's a wet blanket, and everyone knows it.
He is, but he's lovely.
Yeah.
Not man enough to deal with his waspy sisters.
Yeah.
When he's the head of the family. Pathetic.
But he's so cute.
I have no
He's like a
context.
little Labrador.
Neither
Will
do
not
I,
keep your
Lee.
family
Neither
afloat.
do
He has
I.
he has got 2 sisters to marry.
But
You
it's
gotta
like,
get married, man. I mean,
there is
Rosie
no
is.
greater insult than if a woman describes you as a Mr. Collins.
Oh no!
Imagine-
ultimate slime fest.
Imagine like a really gross, greasy dude that like simpers after his boss.
his cousin,
um,
his fucking cousin.
No, he simpers after his boss, like a proper
Yeah.
brown noser,
Yes,
and then like just treats women like they're objects that he can just take as he wants.
and then wants to marry his cousin just cause.
God damn it. See
He's-
what you did, guys? You made Lee leave.
Yeah. He's the kind of guy that he's always got his hand in his pocket, and you're not quite sure what he's touching there.
Exactly. But then when anyone asks, he talks about how great of a Christian he is.
Yeah.
Is it America?
We don't like Mr. Collins. No one likes Mr. Collins.
I don't think anyone's meant to like Mr. Collins, to be
No.
fair.
No.
He's meant to be the symbol of like fake
Creeps.
Christianity, but also like you can't. Even though he's destined to become a gentleman, he'll never actually be a gentleman.
Yeah.
Because his manners aren't suited to be a gentleman.
Yeah.
Yes.
I read a lot of Pride and Prejudice stuff.
Yeah.
One of my special interests.
I have
Have
talked
we
about
just
it
hit
all the
upon
time.
a hyperfixation?
Yes.
I have only read about 8 published fan fictions this month. Because you can publish Jane Austen fan fiction
Yeah.
because it's in public,
Yes.
because it's
Like the
sold.
name.
Yeah.
So if you go on Kindle Unlimited and you search Pride and Prejudice, have fun. There's thousands of them, and some really good ones. And that's what I do of an evening. I choose one and I read it.
Sounds like a good evening.
It is, 'cause it's fun.
Where do you read these?
Kindle Unlimited, or there's Archive of Our
Hey.
Own, which is
Yeah.
fan fiction site, and then there's a
Hello,
specific site called. Sorry, I'm giving them fan fiction recommendations.
Yes.
It's basically called Meriton, and it's literally just a site specifically
Yeah.
for Jane Austen fan fictions. All you can find on there is Jane Austen.
Amazing.
That sounds
It's called a Happy Assembly now, not Meriton. They changed the name.
Oh.
But it's really good. It's really good, and it's what I do in my spare time when I'm not thinking about D&D or vampires.
Or your vampire D&D character.
True.
That's in a Jane Austen world.
Or
I did read a cool
Asian-inspired
fanfic.
food recipes.
True. I read a fan fiction where Mr. Darcy was a vampire. I enjoyed that.
Of course.
Anyway, we're getting distracted. Answer the
Come
Emperor.
on.
Yeah.
I can't believe that you were going to set me up with the Emperor, and then he's like, "Oh, look, there's the towers over there."
I do not think I don't think he's interested in me. Don't worry.
I think he's trying to push you with Lupula because he knows.
I think he is. I think he's trying to matchmake you with
He's
Lupin.
being wingman.
He's wingmanning for his homie.
He is.
Well, I'm sorry if I've disturbed you.
Not at all.
It was a
Would make you...
pleasure to meet you.
It's actually awkward Emperor.
I was gonna walk away. I'm like, okay, shut down. Avoiding her. Slap.
He's like, "What did I do?" He's like, so like, "Oh, I'm the Emperor," blah blah blah. But actually, is he can't handle social situations at
Yeah,
all. Which is
he's
why
probably, you know,
to speak.
he stood there and he's like, that was smooth, right?
Did I do good?
I just got up to Vlad. I'm like, Vlad, just engage me in conversation. I need you right now.
The irony that I'm currently consuming food so you can't say anything.
Yeah, that's exactly what Vlad's doing
Oh.
too.
Yeah.
Since we left him.
No.
Just nod your head.
Well, I thought you was
Like
doing Vlad's voice.
I'm back in the middle of eating this food.
With his
So
mouth.
I couldn't have it when I was home. No.
you don't need to stop eating. Just nod. Just nod and make eye contact with me.
He immediately recoils a little.
You can look over my shoulder.
He stares directly at the Emperor.
Fine,
Is the
look at my
Emperor
moves.
No. So what's up?
What's up?
I'm done. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba.
Your sister did incredible out there. I'm sure you had no doubt, but I just thought I'd let you know.
I know. I could see on the screen.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You did pretty good yourself, you know.
So sure about that, but thank you.
Well, maybe you couldn't see it, but at the very least, the people in Lowdown certainly enjoyed you.
Thank you very much. That is nice to know.
He kind of like, still like pushing things into his mouth, just looking at you dead in the eyes, like, okay.
Thank you for the current distraction. I'll leave you to your snacks. I'm just gonna run into her, Vanessa. I don't like it here. Can we go?
I just pour her another drink and pass it to her.
I hadn't actually drunk the other one. I was still holding it. I'm just holding 2 glasses now.
She's got two.
Give a little. Yep, that's probably the right answer.
What did he say? I just point my drink towards the Emperor.
I don't think he likes me, which is understandable. I mean, he's an emperor. But
Yes, but you're you. He's going to like any of us. He's going to like you.
a bit intimidating for me personally.
Well, he's an Emperor, so yeah. What if like Chorus finds him intimidating? My God.
I
Them
don't
two
know if she
speak to each
gets
other.
intimidated.
I don't know. Apart from by Mr. Loss.
Intimidated still isn't the correct word.
Quite.
We're both just looking over at them now, I assume.
They're just hiding behind the bookshelves, apparently.
Your brother's a good lad. He was very nice to me just now.
Yeah, he's good. He likes you a lot.
As you say that, you see him take a bite of food way too much, and he starts low-key choking on it before he manages to get himself back.
I did not teach him his table manners. I just want to say that.
It's a good thing I got food access.
Oh, God, I love the on-ready props.
I don't know what this is. Well, it's very good.
Is he just saying this to himself out loud, or is he looking at you guys across the room and shouting, "This is very good"?
Oh, he's really just talking out loud. Mouth open
I
and
was
everything.
reading it. I was reading it as he's so used to having Ravi there to natter away to that
Yeah.
it's just like
He
forced
just
habit.
talks out loud.
I was worried that he was still obeying my previous instruction of look at me, nod, make eye contact, and even though I've walked away, he's just turned, following me.
He was not paying any attention. He was just. Well, this is weird. Don't really know what to expect now.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried it might be more of a hassle than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's really gonna affect our daily lives that much?
I hope not. I want to be able to go drinking in my favorite bars and not have to worry about being bothered.
Yeah. I'm sure they didn't get that good a look at us.
They crossed out my leg on the banner, did you see? It was kind of nice, but it was a bit like, well. Maybe I will have to regrow that limb.
I was gonna say, I suppose, even just among other RNA, it does perhaps make you stand out.
Yeah, just a little bit. I don't know. I keep thinking to myself it might be nice to I don't know,
Have all your limbs?
feel celebrated by people, and have a bit of cause of celebration, bit of a fuss might be nice. But then, I just can't be bothered with fuss.
Well, yeah, I thought it might be, just fun and exciting to meet more people, but yeah, I don't know if we'll be so much able to get to know people.
Yeah. God, the next thing is a tournament now. I at least had this between the tournament and before.
When do you want to see your mentor?
go before the tournament.
I know it was like what we were planning on doing next, but obviously, you've gotten distracted.
Do you think we have time to go?
I don't know.
I've not actually heard from him in a long time.
Did he used to speak in your head?
I get messages
that
every
just
so
me?
often.
Yeah.
I think I did get communications every so often, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
And I've not had anything.
To be fair, you do know, if nothing else, just because of your class, you do know that because of the way the anti-magic, or technically the two realms colliding, the magic was always a bit finicky. His way of communicating with you was set by distance as well as your connection to each other.
Okay.
At some point when he put his consciousness in essentially the armour that Vortican's body was wearing, things got a bit tricky because it was anti-magic armour. So he was both blocking and cementing his place in the world inside the armour. So your next best guess could be that something broke in the connection and he's not able to communicate with you anymore.
We've not seen or heard from him since he sacrificed himself at the same point that Anessa cut her leg off.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably check in at some point.
Yeah, I feel a bit bad that I left it so long.
It hasn't actually been that long in game, to
No.
be fair.
Just a few weeks, I
guess.
think. Yeah, we will, like I said, we get distracted.
We do. Sure. Maybe let's go there. See what the others think.
Once we order our clothes, we'll probably need some time for them to be made anyway.
Yep, it's true. Ooh, clothes shopping. Ooh.
Yay!
And we get a discount because we're heroes. Love it.
That's what it all was for, wasn't it?
It was clink glasses.
Yes.
Is that cheese over there? Or is that butter?
You know, I was going to try, but I'm too scared to go back over there.
What happened? Shall I go back over there with you, and we can try the cheese butter?
The shutter,
Oh no, I don't know if I like that.
but with a C, not an S.
Yeah, I know.
Shutter.
Because you
Let's do it.
shudder to think about it.
I shut it.
Okay, I'm gonna walk her over.
Yeah.
Past
Link arms.
Lupola.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna link arms. Past Lupola, like proper, Pride and Prejudice style, just like
Yes. We're
little-
taking a turn about the room.
We're taking a turn of the room. No, you're on this side of me. You got me on this side.
I'm scared to be over there.
You catch Lupola talking about the ceremony and how the events are going and upcoming meetings that they're going to have, saying that in the following days after, well, you guys pretty much, he says it in like third person, after you guys have gotten your pieces and headed off for the tournament, he himself will continue to reinforce with his sister the magical boundary for the inside of the dome of the mountain, and mentioning that there's possibly a way to extend it out over the mountain at this point. And then Lupula's head kind of like turns back a little, he turns and sees the pair of you there. There's a small grin, and then he turns back. And they continue talking about basic business, really.
You prod the butter.
Yeah, we'll sample the
The chutter.
chutter.
Put it on a cracker.
It's
What do you think? What is it?
I think it's the new biggest trend.
it's
With the
it's
cheese.
I can't believe it's chutter.
it's somehow both slick and kind of solid with a little tinge of like stickiness. It's really weird, but for some reason it tastes good. It but then there's a part of it where it like sticks to your throat a little bit, like it's coating, and you're not.
I don't like that.
Yeah, you're not quite sure where to feel about it anymore.
Life's all
Oh
about new
God.
experiences.
You're gonna have claggy throat. We're gonna have claggy throat while we talk to Lupula and Emperor.
I didn't think we were talking to them.
Yeah,
I didn't agree to
right,
this.
yeah, we're right here, we're right here.
They are talking to each other. I am not interrupting.
Well, we are talking to each other. Are we doing this in heads?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're talking to each other. I'm not going to talk to them.
It just look like we're stood there silently, just looking.
Well, we're still choking on the chutter, so.
Claggy throat. What do you think they're doing? Over by the bookshelf.
Yeah. Now, where did they get to? Hiding from Mummy?
Oh no. I just realised that my mother sat in that chair. She's probably just staring at fucking Cliff. It's like they're both sat in awkward silence.
Yeah.
You can't even be like nice weather we're having because you're in a fucking mountain.
She's
Like, so you're one of my daughter's companions then?
Yeah. You go to your friend's house, but they're not ready to go out yet, so you're just sat waiting awkwardly with the parent. It's like that.
she's
I just find a pet usually.
one leg cocked up over the other, leant forward just a little bit, just a little arch, with wine glass in hands. Every now and again, she has these very demure sips. She's currently staring into the astral ebb in itself, the sphere in the centre. Though she does turn a little to the left. So I suppose you'll all be heading to the tournament soon. How are you
Lee?
feeling? Hmm.
You said left. Is this her left or is this
It's
our
Matt left.
Thank you.
she's looking at the bookshelf. So how are you feeling?
That's why I had to ask. Or talking to Anessa while she's talking to Esatari and they're talking about cheese. Or they're just looking at each other smiling whilst they're talking in their minds.
About cheese.
It's the NPC thing when you get too close into their radius, so it starts triggering their lines.
Triggers their own line.
Anyways, yeah, carry on. Sorry, Lee.
Oh, but real quick interject. If randomly at some point combat turns into a more of a turn-based thing rather than a map run-aroundy thing, it's because I'm testing something. I apologize in advance. There will be no repercussions for it. It's just me going wild. Anyway, let's carry on.
Gotcha. I was going to say, you're the one with the dialogue.
Yes. What was said? Because I'm not going to lie, my brain melted.
She asked whether we were going to the tournament soon.
Yeah, that.
I sort of like, I go from looking to the ceiling to my ear, sort of like twitching slightly. I direct my full attention to her, sit up slightly, and hold my drink properly. And I sort of like look to the others over there, and then I half look over my shoulder, and I just look to her, and I just say, I'm probably going to assume some point soon, close to when the tournament is, but I feel that a few of us do have some personal affairs that we would like to straighten out and, well, get out of the way before we focus our entire effort on preparing for the tournament and practicing etiquette as well as what to expect, which, well, by this point could be anything.
Well, I would hope that whatever it is you deem necessary for before the tournament, you do so within a month. As don't forget, you only have a month and a half before the tournament begins.
Mm.
As for the etiquette, you have a coach on your ship for such a thing. He is well funded. You will be fine. You have done tempered work so far.
I sort of like smile and do an outburst, a little bit of a laugh of an accident by accident. Just yes, yeah, we've somehow managed quite well, which is quite surprising by our standards.
Hmm.
And I end up doing a bit of a silly smile and like, yes, sorry.
With, of course, the information I had already been made privy to, I knew of your origins, but seeing it is interesting. You do understand the ramifications of your revealing to the masses.
I do. It's, well, how I thought of it when I was really thinking about it, to be honest, was I could either hide it and at the same time the Apex Faith know who they're looking for because the head priest of the Apex Faith already knows who I am, even in my current form. And that was mainly because of the magic influx from which he sensed himself. So, whether he made that information public to his followers or not, I looked at it as either I'd still be known to the Apex Faith and only to the Apex Faith, or I may as well be known to a lot more people than just the Apex Faith, because that way I would be walking around in public being known by both the Apex and by the people who know me as the hero. So rather than just being known to one set of people, I'm known by multiple people. That may either work out to my favour, or it may work out to, well, me being surrounded. As I said, that's a double-edged sword.
All well and good, but there is the third problem. Your revelation is an assertion to the point that your kind exists for fact. Something such as the wonder your wings show is a truth the world was masked to. Don't get me wrong when I say this. I personally have very little interest in the problems of the masses. I am not of such a station where it is required for my interest. All that is required is that I do my duty for my people. The rest is unnecessary. But seeing your existence, proving that your kind exist, even if in minuscule numbers or impossible odds to create you, it sets fact into the world of fiction. They will know now that you as creatures exist, and it adds merit to that disturbing little cult. Their knowledge, their way of life, and their recalling of the gods and wanting to bring them back. It has merit by sheer fact of angels being real. That suggests that gods could be real and could come back, forth, or cease to be. It's a matter of, well, faith, I suppose. It's very apt to put it. If they have faith in an ideal, it brings strength to that ideal, and of course you seem ready for the repercussions of that. That is fine and understanding. But I don't think the world is. Though I will preface as I finish that it might be better that way. Whatever happens next, the world has been changing rapidly in the small amount of time you've all known each other. The new Emperor of the Isles, he has not been sat idle in his short amount of time of life. The tournament this year will be energized. It will be unique. There will be many different faces. Try be wary. There will be many agents from many parts of the world, not all of which, of course, will show their true face. You'll be walking in with your face fully exposed to the world. Your secrets will belie nothing. Be careful.
Of course.
You're a unique and delectable meal to these people.
Like those people entering the toilets, I too have a mask. One part of it may be shown, but the other I have hidden. And only a select few know, which I give her a knowing look.
She nods. Well, enjoy your time on this interesting new world. Try behave yourself. And make sure my daughter doesn't get up to any foolishness.
Well, as you described, our efforts on the bridge not so long ago, I'd like to say to a degree we have our moments where we're well-rounded, so I'm sure there'll be a mixture of being sensible and foolishness, but at the same time we learn from both, do we not?
One would hope that were the case.
But I suppose we don't know what will happen until it happens, so it's just a matter of wait and see.
Yes. She slowly sits up, places her wine glass down on the floor next to her chair. I'm going to return to my humble mansion and enjoy something that's actually worth drinking.
I sort of look to the table and I look to the other table and I just look to her and I just say, I'm guessing there's nothing you'd recommend on the table then. I try to give her a light-hearted smile, see if that does anything.
She just shuts her eyes, eyebrows raised, shakes her head a little bit, and looks at you again. I wouldn't bother feeding it to my pets. but I have standards.
I sort of tilt my head to the side, push my lips together, and push them out slightly. But I just say, that's fair enough. Everyone has their own unique tastes and their unique views.
Also, Lupilla likes the spices wines, so no thank you on that one.
I sort of look to her glass and am I able to identify what she's drinking? Or is it the spice stuff that she's just drinking out of just being social?
It seems like, judging by looking at everyone else's glasses, the glasses are like 25% full. It's very much like high end. Like let's not pretend we're all getting drunk here, because you know. But by the look of it, it's a gentle red, but there is this like very thin layer of like what looks to be like these small little purple like seeds or something that have fallen to the bottom of the glass.
I sort of look to her and I just say, I suppose you're more of someone who likes something subtle yet at the same time sweet enough to tickle the taste buds.
Slightly medium bomb.
No.
Say hi to your new daddy.
Oh no!
From what I understand,
I want her to go for it.
No, don't.
we are
Do it, Mum.
of a slight different age gap. So I'll do you the favour of
I raise an eyebrow.
reminding you I am a mother, a duchess, and way out of your league.
Mommy!
I
You-
sort of raise my head back.
Should keep
tooth
your
crushed.
flirtations to the lowtown, where it works.
Oh.
Yes, mother. Read him.
I just look and I just say, I drop the visage and I just very bluntly say, you and Lycoris are very similar in the fact it's quite hard to have a conversation. So I'm sorry that complimenting and saying about your drink tastes is considered flirting. And at this point, Brewin's very struggling and looking away, trying to be polite still. Anyways,
No,
I shall let you get going, and I might actually ponder across, see what delightful food there is. I say that with a very cheeky undertone and get up to browse the food.
the thing you're forgetting is that my daughter has the weaponry, I have diplomacy, but we are both very strong women. You would be careful.
Oh.
I'd be very cheeky, get the last word in, and just say, "Not going to argue with that." If I get to the table.
There's a slight like, not chuckle exactly, as like a noble, like
A scoff.
yeah, kind of. She's entertained by it, but also, she walks off toward the door. She, in the corner of her periphery, sees you and Trapper. Turns.
Oh.
She doesn't.
Oh, fuck.
Her eyes don't like link. She just keeps the periphery there for a second, the head slightly turned, and then she pushes the door open. And she
Oof.
wanders through.
She saw you kissing Trapper in the book.
They're not kissing.
Then why are you over there?
K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
Breathing time.
They're both
Fine.
being the anxious pair.
This is the anxiety corner, and you're not welcome.
I'd like
in
to
In
join.
this turn of events, Lycoris is being the less socially awkward one, holding Trapper while she strokes his hair, going there.
This is fan fiction, pure fan fiction.
I have to go to bed soon. Sorry.
No, that's fine. To be fair, we can probably just stop off here.
I'm looking forward to Estari and Brewin getting together, being like, what is up with these Ghastodn nobles? Like, try and have a
Nobles,
simple
am I right?
conversation.
We'll leave it there then, everybody. You can all enjoy the rest of your night, and for the girls anyway, enjoy your fanfic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have a think about what exactly they're doing in the corner. And it's not going to be X-rated, so don't get your hopes up.
Oh no, I'm going to write my own fan fiction about it.
Yeah, just
That's
a bit of
fine.
light petting.
It's fine. Me, Chloe, and Meg can create our own Discord chat and
Yeah.
call it the Lycoris theories.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is what it was like when we had Goro and Minthea. Every time something happened on Farm Thought night on a Friday, me and Chloe would be like, so Megan,
Yeah.
this happened. What should we do next?
Yes. And now Megan's here.
I'm part of it. I used to be
You're
like,
part of
you
it.
guys
Such a
you
driven
guys have the
vibe.
wildest stuff going on in your game.
Yes.
And now you get it.
It's
I
what
get
really
it.
pulls you into it because we
Yeah.
base everything off romance. It's a proper
fine.
typical
I get it now.
girl majority game.
Next Farm Thought night, if we have one before next week, we shall
Yeah.
discuss.
Yeah.